Good evening, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's May 9th Conservation Commission meeting. And on the agenda tonight, for new business, we have a request for a certificate of compliance, 84-485, 899 Washington Street. We have John Potter in front of us.
Good evening. My name is John Cotter. I work for the Russell Wheaton Company, and we're here to actually obtain a certificate of compliance at a property at 899 Washington Street. It was before you in 2014. It was a part of the Messier, Francis and Mrs. Messier's estate, and so at the request of Mr. LaPointe, we went forward and we did an as-built survey of the property, and are reporting to you on what we had found. On the proposed plan, they didn't know what the house was going to look like at the time. They had picked out a particular type of house, so we put a building footprint on it that was, I believe, was 40 by 60. And in actuality, the house was somewhat smaller than that. They did add a porch to the front and a deck at the rear. Actually, if you want, I can read the letter that we submitted as part of the record. At the request of Abington Investments LLC, an as-built survey and plan have been prepared to present to you for a certificate of compliance for the site at 899 Washington Street in Abington. After performing the survey and locating all improvements on the site, it has been found that the site is in substantial compliance with the approved plan under the order of conditions with the following differences. They put some landscaping trees along the southerly line. They have spoken with the neighbor, and the neighbor had asked if they would be so kind as to put a few trees up there just for some privacy. So they did that for him. A stone retaining wall was added, as shown on the northerly side, and that was just to lessen the slope along the northerly side of the property. It's made as shown, and it wraps around the back of the house. As I had stated, a farmer's porch was added to the front of the house. A 14 by 14 deck was added at the rear of the dwelling in conformance with setback requirements, as was the porch does also conform with setback requirements. A 9-foot long concrete retaining wall was constructed at the rear of the house there again to lessen the slope around the house and into the backyard. There's also what we saw was a thin layer of wood chips, and they appeared to have gone beyond the flagged wetlands line, although there wasn't any change to the grading. In an area in the rear yard, which had been flagged, appears to have been disturbed during construction, was graded and seeded to its pre-existing condition. When I asked Mr. LaPointe about that, he said what happened is during the winter, a very large tree came down and across the wetlands. He had to have, actually he used Nate Elliott, but he had to have Nate Elliott come in to remove the tree, so they didn't have anywhere, so they had to go into the wetlands to remove the tree. It was pretty messy. I guess it was a pretty large tree. But what they did is they restored the area to its existing condition as best they could.
John, this has got a lot more differences than usual on our certificate of compliance. So could we just walk through a few of them with
Sure.
us so that
Sure.
we all know what's going on?
Yeah.
I think the first thing I'd like to talk about is the porch in the back. it looks like the porch in the back is really close to our 10-foot, setback line now, and it wasn't before. So the porch certainly has gone farther than we anticipated to begin with. It's, from what I can tell. I can't tell exactly.
But it is, I think it does still give you your, it still does give you your 10 feet. What did I do with my scale? Because a lot of those, unfortunately, that's the area where the tree went down, and it took out all those flags.
So okay.
But what we did, I mean, correct me, but what I did is I located the building and plotted it, and then recreated the wetlands line on the plan so that I could be as honest as I could as far as the location was concerned. So I think it's okay. My feeling is that they are beyond the 10 feet.
Okay, and the retaining wall, I mean, the stone retaining wall, there's one here?
Yes.
Where's the other one?
It's just a small concrete wall that comes perpendicular out the rear of the house.
This
Yeah,
right here?
it joins to the stones,
Okay,
yes.
so that's all that is?
That's, yes.
Okay. So that's what the retaining wall is?
Correct.
And then, so where on the property did the tree fall down? First of all, going into the wetlands without notifying us, I know you're not the contractor, I understand that, but you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to talk to us before you go in so that we can help you with it. It's not that we wouldn't
I understand.
address it, but I have a problem with it. But could you show us on the map where that...
Yeah, there was a tree,
Because I can't tell from here where it was.
it was up in front of this big pine tree here that's shown on the plan.
Right up there?
Yeah, there was one it was about 15 feet and 20 feet in front of that. It was about a 70-foot tall tree.
So
And that's the one that...
When you say it's 15, it's 15 or 20 feet out of
Towards the
wetland?
street.
Towards the street?
It was along the property line.
Okay.
And it came...
So why did it have to go into the wetlands?
Because it came this way.
Fell over
It
here.
fell over here and into the woods over here.
Okay. So, they took the tree out. They put the silt fence back up. How does this work? And then, did they seed and grade it? They seeded it?
Yes, they seeded it, and they graded it and
So is the silt
seeded
fence
it.
all still intact out there?
No, the silt fence is all gone.
Okay, it wasn't really supposed to come down until we're done, the flags and silt fence. I'm sorry, I'm having a real problem that the contractor did a lot of stuff that they shouldn't. I noticed on the old plans, there is a swale shown on both sides. Sorry, I'll put it up so you guys can see it. There's a swale shown on both sides that was going to be created.
Correct.
And I don't think I really see that the swale got created over there. It doesn't look like it from the contours on both sides of the house.
You're correct. Yeah, no, you're right, you're right.
Yeah,
You know,
I actually think that needs to be corrected for the neighbors, so that the water does drain to the back of the property. Sorry. Please feel free to...
She has it right there.
Here, so see if
Right in here,
this is just...
right in here, there was gonna be a swale put in here, and put that retaining wall, and it kinda flattened all that out. And then over here,
This is the wetlands line.
Over
The
here.
10-foot line
What
is
did the
along
grade come
here.
up to?
You can see it on that, but the porch...
out in here, what it's shown here, 103.
So there should have been...
It's 103 kind of around the building, and then the retaining wall's about 4 feet out.
The retaining wall, did that bring the grade up in the backyard? Did this retaining wall bring the grade up?
It brought the grade, yes.
1 inch equals
Okay,
20
so the
feet.
grade now is
I mean, there's a...
higher to 99?
Yeah, that's at least...
See what I'm asking?
Yeah, no, the grade, the 99 contour comes in here, and it hits the wall.
Okay.
Same thing though.
And then it
You
comes
got-
up, and from the wall, it's it's all big rocks. The big rocks are about three,
Yeah.
Right, my
three and a half
question
feet
is,
high.
to change the grade, is the swale needed? That's my question.
Not as much as, not,
Not as much as...
not as much as, not as much as in that case,
Right.
because the grade's not as severe.
I mean, we could go look at it, or somebody could go look at it. With all the rain we've had, we can see if there's any erosion and so forth.
Right.
It's up to the board how you want to handle this. Because after all the rain we've had in the last week or so, we could see if a swale is actually needed. If with that wall, it might not be needed now because it has slowed the flow of the water down.
Right, and there was supposed to be a swale on the other side too, Mike. I don't think anything's really changed over there.
Okay, I see it here, yeah. I mean, we can... Now, what's going on? Is this
I
a
mean,
sale?
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's actually sold. They've got a, well, they have a purchase and sale on it.
Okay.
They're supposed to be passing the end of the month.
I know what this is.
Now, see, there's a problem.
It's on Washington.
They want to be passed, and they need an order of condition.
Yeah, but,
certificate
you know,
of
we got the
compliance.
shopping list of a million changes too, Mike.
Right.
You know, I'm not, you know, inclined to approve it until we deal with these swales. That's my intent here for me, but, you know, everybody else has their own opinion.
And then, so they'd have to come back, you'd have to come back with the, showing us that the swale was done, or can we just do it by, somebody go down there and visibly see it? Because, I mean, you want to have,
We could have it contingent on somebody looking at it.
Where's
Then it's done.
where's the existing one again?
Right there. Let Joe take it.
this is what she's talking about here. This is where the wall went up here. This wall here. Maybe to change the grade and so forth.
I assume we put the swales in for the neighbors, Mike, is what I
Yeah,
assume. And, you know, typically, most of our houses have swales on either side of them so that the water goes to backyards.
Right.
So
And well,
it
it is-
doesn't impact the neighbors.
I don't want to say that it's not as defined, the swale's is not as defined as what's on the proposed plan, but the contours do show that there is a swale, there is a wide swale in there. I mean, this grade is higher on this side, and it does come down into a swale that comes down the property line, and in this, it does come down this way. There is somewhat of a swale here, as is here. It's just, like I said, is not as defined as what we show on the proposed plan. There is a swale there, but it's more, I mean, there is a swale there.
You know, I've been going by every day, and because we did last week, and they just put the fresh seed down, has nothing's washed away at all. It's
Right.
all fresh dirt, fresh seed. You know.
Right.
This
Well,
just
it's up
goes
to the board.
right downhill.
Yeah.
Would he be able to put a swale there anyway?
I
It was
don't know.
96, 95, the water's just gonna run off the property anyway. But just like you said, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, it's got a 10-foot drop.
And, you know, do we do anything with the wetland area that they disturbed? I'm just,
6, 7.
Okay, it does have a 10-foot drop from the street to the back of
To
the
the back
property.
of the property,
Okay.
correct.
yeah, it does. It has
Yeah,
a pretty good drop back there.
Yeah.
I
The
would
water will
agree.
shut off that.
So that, the water will flow
It's-
on its own to the back. And I don't know, number 877,
Has
if
anybody
it's up
looked
higher,
at,
then it's a natural
I'd probably
swale.
wanna
It is a
you know, we should
natural
probably have
swale.
somebody
I mean, they have
walk
the same, they have the
Make sure
same
that
thing
this
here.
is
They have a
all-
retaining wall that runs across the back of their property, back
Where the
wetlands.
trees.
Yeah, I didn't want, you know, I
Runs down,
stopped and
down.
looked at the front of the house. I didn't go to the back. But perhaps that's probably, make sure there isn't anything back there. Has anybody walked in back there?
Yeah, it's all it's all done up nicely. So
I mean, I've seen the house, and it's just, it looks like a great job. And like I said, you can drive down there right now. If there's any erosion or anything after they put the seed down, you'd know right away because of the rain we've had, especially over the weekend. And I just think that if it's flowing fine now and there's no ruts and there's no erosion, and the neighbors aren't complaining, I think it's fine. Just trying to figure if we can do this without holding up a purchase and sale.
Yeah, but my comment would be, and I hope that you pass this along to the contractors, that I don't want to see this again. I don't want to see this shopping list of
Right.
stuff. They should come and see us. We're easy to work with.
Yeah.
But I think they
No,
should come and talk to us.
Well, duly noted, and I think you're 100% right.
I don't think this is what we want to continue to see.
Right.
And going along with what Kathy was saying too, I think if anything, we should probably just send them a letter and saying, you know, in the future, please, before we start adding, you know,
Well,
5,
it's
6, 7
also,
items.
this would be up to John really to,
Yeah,
because he's the one that has to come in front of us to get a,
exactly too, but, you know,
oh, we'll send a letter, yes.
yeah, that
I
would just,
agree.
I mean, it shouldn't be a nasty letter, just a friendly letter
Yeah.
saying, you know what, please in the future, we can just start adding items, like 7 or 8 of them. At
Well,
least-
like
at
Kathy
least-
said, if
at
he
least
just,
do some
if he just
correspondence
notified us
with
he was
it.
going in the wetlands, that'd be one thing.
Yeah, because you guys, one of us would have gone, you guys would have gone out there.
You can't, yeah,
and
you
helped
can't
them.
leave the tree there, obviously, but just to see
No,
what the
I don't
damage
think
is.
any of us would have
Yeah.
had a
Right.
problem with them removing the tree.
No, I agree.
And repairing the wetland. I think it was
Yeah,
just.
and
Yep.
we always do them, and they do it in the wintertime all the time. They have emergency conditions where if something happens, then you gotta get out there and.
I've been out to a number of them this winter,
Yeah.
They can do that.
just because of what
Right.
happened.
All the trees, yeah.
Right.
Right, it's
I
just, I just felt like, you know.
Communication.
The communication was really poor on this one, and I don't want to see it repeated. Do we want to issue the order of conditions with somebody, I mean, the certificate of compliance with somebody going out to do a spot check before it's enacted?
I can do
Before
that
it's
tomorrow
approved,
early.
Contingent on somebody looking at it?
Yeah, I can do that tomorrow
Does that
first
make
thing.
sense? Okay.
And also, with a letter worded appropriately
Yeah, we can just send it to them.
to, Mr. LaPointe, and we will do that, is there a motion?
I make that in the form of a motion,
Just what I just said.
just what you just said.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. You want me to do something with the letter, or can you just kind of transport something? Okay, yeah, basically. Especially if there's any changes.
Sure.
It's a surprise coming in here. And,
Honestly, well,
Oh, you are too?
to me too. You know, I didn't realize it was, I mean, I knew about the wall, but I hadn't been around the property until we did the as-built,
Right.
you know.
Right.
and a lot of times it's just a notification, and
Yeah.
that way we can email each other.
Sure.
And know if somebody
Sure.
can stop by, or if somebody wants to stop by, what's going on.
Understood.
I'm going to pass that down.
But we'll keep that.
I won't
Kind of in
send
the
that
back of
though
my mind.
until you give me the okay.
Okay. This is gonna be held until I go look at it tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. If everybody would sign it?
And Russ said he was going to take a look too.
Oh, good, okay.
You need a fee check too, right? $25.
Hey, Russ, if it's still light out, you wanna take a ride over there after?
Sure.
All right.
I can do it.
And then I can call Nancy in the morning?
Okay.
That way we'll both have eyes on it. That's fine.
That's great. Appreciate it.
So my mom.
Yeah, if we get out
And,
early. It's not an 8-minute meeting,
I'll
but we're
send a
getting
letter,
there.
but when you're talking to them, just tell them.
Yeah, I will. I'll be
Put
talking.
you in a bad
Snow
spot.
first,
No, I understand. I mean, you know, when I do a letter like that, I kind of expect that it's gonna be a little bit of conversation about it,
Yes,
you know?
yeah. No, it's, we want to thank the board members because we could have held it up.
Absolutely, no, we appreciate it, thank you very much.
Okay, next, pretty simple, we just have
Thank you.
minutes of 2 meetings, one of March 20, oh, we gotta wait for Jerry to come back in.
Oh, we got to go get him. I'll go get him.
He probably fell asleep.
He's probably, yeah, he's probably in the slip. He's asleep.
In his correspondence.
Okay, first will be the minutes from March 28th, which I will rescind from. I was absent. Joe? you
Jerry
absent?
was here, Jim was here, I was here, and Russ was here. We have enough of us.
Yeah. Motion to approve minutes of March 28th, 2016.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and the minutes from April 11th, 2016. Has everybody had a chance to read those?
Motion approved.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Perfect.
and now, building permits.
I did two, and both conservation was involved.
It was?
No,
Oh, none.
no, the conservation involved.
And I did the other ones, and there was nothing involved there either. And now we just have some correspondence.
And it's just for digital sign, but they sent it to us.
This is just the Midway, just putting the sign up on Route 123, just to notify us. It's on the road.
It's on the road?
I don't know why.
Okay.
He's replacing the old one, this, the first one he come to the collision one, he's replacing that one with a digital.
This is a letter sent to the
Oh, no, yellow
Powers.
and reds?
That's gonna be smaller than the sign side of the house.
This is a letter that was received from the Powers. If you'd like to look it over, I think you all got this in the email.
Yeah.
You want this one?
So, Mike, I think DEP was gonna
That's
work to...
been handled through that letter right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna enforce that.
It's in there.
Right. We
It's
haven't
gonna deal with it.
we have no-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I read this already.
No jurisdiction or anything on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so DEP will be out there to take care of that.
Now, this is for the zoning board of appeals.
We get to
Yeah,
learn,
it's just their.
it's
agenda.
we get to know what they're doing.
Oh, okay, does anybody want to know what they're doing?
Yeah, 'cause sometimes, Nancy, did anything show up in the wetlands and floodplain district in that package?
I think it was Zero Chestnut, which they've got an order of conditions from us.
Yeah,
Zero Chestnut.
What
Is that?
You want
what is
those?
Zero Chestnut?
that's the one behind the lobster barn, right? It's like
Yeah,
that's right, yeah.
Out in barn back there with they came with to the sewer treatment or some, the
Last fall
septic
he came
system.
before us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they made some change to it.
They haven't done anything with that yet, huh?
No,
Good.
that's money and investors.
This is just a notice about a vegetation management plan.
75 Wales, there's Wales in here too, Zero Chestnut, 46 Highland, 1200 Bedford.
And I believe that's it for tonight. Anybody have anything else they'd like to say? New business, old business?
Could you guys go look at 238 Chestnut Street? It's the house next to, the pond. They have to the right side of their, if you face it, from Chestnut Street to the right side, they have a bunch of dirt piles going on.
20 dirt piles?
Yeah.
You saw it too,
Yeah, I've
right?
seen it. It's been there
And
for quite a
there's a
while.
wetland, and that...
Where is it? 238, what, is it?
You go to the pond and, where the monks are.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next house,
Original house.
Oh, yeah,
to the right of
that,
it.
heading
It's between
towards
that and the
Woodsdale.
house with the long driveway that went way back that we
Yeah,
walked.
I know what you're talking
And there's a
about.
well in
There's
there.
all sorts of
It's-
fill being dumped in
Yeah.
there.
The other thing we could ask too is, Nancy, could you ask the Board of Selectmen if they had approved, I know they're gonna approve a certain amount of
100
fill.
yards.
100 yards of fill.
More than 20,
Was it more
right?
than 20?
It's more than 20.
If they'd approved that for that address. It's been there for a while.
6 years ago we approved that.
I think it's been there for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
What, the dirt?
Yeah.
I just noticed it.
I've driven by it a lot.
Yes, well, I just didn't notice it.
I'll ask.
Yeah. See, we start there.
anything else? Okay, well, after Nancy checks with the selectmen, I'll take a ride, or somebody will take a ride down there and see if we can find out what's going on, and email everybody,
Sure.
okay? A motion to adjourn?
Mr. Newton, have you recognized?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Rodney Powers, the letter we sent you.
Yes?
You don't read letters in an open meeting.
We addressed that, sir, with the DEP and through the council, and because of the litigation you had, and because it's handled by DEP now, we have no power over this at all.
I just want clarification. Because DEP told us that you would have the power to.
I beg to differ. We have an
Okay.
email from, remember who it was from?
Great to see you.
Greg DeCesar, and he said that a fellow that had retired had done the superseding orders, and he is looking into it, and he has told us through an email that we have no jurisdiction at all.
Just
Two reasons. Number one, you had a court hearing and a judgment, and number two, the DEP has the superseding orders. So we can't help you or hinder you either way.
No, we were told or misled or misunderstood that we thought that you would have the enforcing or the looking after the whole situation. That is incorrect.
That's why we sent you the letter, or you just have it, and I mean, we can't even hear anything
All
on
our
it.
flags are gone and our stilt fence, and now we have a tree down over there. It's a mess.
We can't help you at all. It's out of our hands, okay? I don't know what else to tell you. I don't wish, but I just have to tell you, you have to deal with DEP directly. And we have contacted them, and they have told us this.
And who was the one that responded to you?
Greg DeCesar, okay? And he's handling it because the fellow that did the superseding orders, again, I'll say this, retired. And so he's been looking into it. And after we got your letter, we looked into it, and we have no control. And that's what happens when it goes to DEP and they have a superseding order. The Conservation Commission in the town loses all power.
Well, we were misinformed because we thought that they did the thing that you had to do, like the enforcement. You know,
No,
like
that's...
government says to the state, you gotta do this, and the state has to follow.
That's not what we've been told through an email, because we did follow up as soon as we got your letter.
All right, we'll go to DEP then.
Yeah, and that's who we've been talking to. Greg DeCesar is who we've been having correspondence with.
Is he the one you guys got into contact with?
No, it was the one who
Somebody else?
retired.
Who's the
Yeah,
other guy?
Ken? Oh.
Dick somebody.
Dick
yeah.
Keller.
Dick Keller,
Yes,
yeah.
Dick Keller.
That's who it is.
Yeah, so just call DEP again, ask for the new guy that's there, so.
They're aware of it. I mean, we have emailed them, and they're the ones that told
So
us.
they had a copy of the letter also.
Right,
On the,
but as soon as we got it, we followed up on it to find out if there was anything, because we couldn't even put you on the agenda.
I mean, actually, the part of the, you know, the bottom part of the letter saying the sewer truck, that was for the other letter we sent.
I think-
That, that's, yeah, something else, but we tried to
I know we
respond to
didn't
you.
agree with you, but we just want to write one letter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Basis.
Yep. It's just, I mean, that's as far as we can go with it. So, you know,
So if they wanted to go for compliance on the property, they have to go back to DEP, not to you.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'd be notified.
as far as I know. Or you should be. Yes.
I don't know that.
I don't
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't notify anybody if
Oh,
they
yeah,
get a
we won't.
certificate.
No, but when somebody
No.
gets a certificate of compliance, there's not a notification associated with it.
Right,
No.
yeah.
So you might not get notified.
I'll get notified.
Okay. Good luck. All right.
Make a motion to
Believe me, I
adjourn.
know more about your Route 18 lighting than you know.
Yeah.
We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That was easy enough.
Quick and painless.